Upon completing this in-service, you will number 1, know the basics of food storage, labeling, and dating. Number 2, understand proper methods to food storage. And number 3, recognize various labeling or dating terms used for food storage. Proper storage, labeling, and dating of food items ensures that the residents receive the freshest and safest food possible. Many foods appear to be the same. Labeling minimizes the risk of possible confusion of error. Improperly stored foods pose a risk for cross-contaminations and foodborne illnesses. Food must be stored in ways to prevent cross-contamination. Staff should follow the facility's policy for food storage, including leftovers. Store raw meat, poultry, and fish separately from cooked and raw ready-to-eat foods such as fruits and vegetables. Raw meat is stored so that juices are not dripping onto other foods. Store raw meat, poultry, and seafood in coolers in the following top to bottom order: seafood, whole cuts of beef and pork, ground meat and ground fish, whole and ground poultry. The order is based on the minimum internal cooking temperature of each food. When taking food items out of the freezer to thaw, make sure they are labeled with the date placed in refrigeration and thawing at the correct temperature. Make sure storage units have at least one air temperature measuring device. This device must be in the warmest part of the refrigerated units and the coldest part of the hot holding units. Do not overload coolers or freezers. Storing too much food will prevent good airflow and will make the units work harder to stay cold. Opening the cooler frequently can let warm air inside and could affect food safety. Do not line shelves with aluminum foil, sheet pans, or paper. This can restrict circulation of cold air in the unit. All foods that require time and temperature control, or TCS, should be labeled with the common name of the food and the date the food was made and the use-by date. Ready-to-eat TCS food can be stored for a maximum of 7 days or per facility policy if held at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower before it must be discarded. The count begins on the day that the food was prepared or a commercial container was opened. For example, if an employee prepared and stored macaroni salad on June 1st, the discard date would be June 7th. Make sure to store TCS food at an internal temperature of 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, or 135 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. Store frozen food at temperatures that will keep it frozen. Items should be stored in original packaging. If the product is removed from original packaging, wrap in clean, moisture-proof material or place in a clean, sanitized container with a tight-fitting lid. Proper food labeling includes the name of the product, date stored, and in some cases the time of day. Here are some acceptable storage area temperatures. Dry storage, 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Refrigerator, 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Freezer, 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Dry storage. Food and supplies that are stored in bulk food storage areas must be stored 6 inches above the floor on clean racks or shelves. Containers of food must be stored on surfaces that are clean or protected from contamination and at least 18 inches from sprinkler heads. In addition, the storage rooms must be well ventilated and not subject to sewage or wastewater backflow or contamination by condensation, leakage, rodents, or vermin. Canned goods must have an uncompromised seal and should be dated upon receiving and placed in storage based on first in, first out, or FIFO inventory management. Food should be discarded if it has exceeded the expiration date or when use-by date is unclear. Food stored away from soiled surfaces or rust. Plastic containers with tight-fitting lids should be used for storing flour, sugar, bulk cereal, dried vegetables, etc. Food should never be stored in locker rooms, restrooms, or garbage rooms, mechanical rooms, under unshielded sewer or water lines, or under stairwells. Labeling and dating terms. Sell-by date indicates how long a store can display the product for sale. Best if used by or before date is recommended for best flavor or quality. Use by date is the last date recommended for use of the product while at peak quality. The date is determined by the manufacturer of the product. Closed or coded dating might appear on shelf-stable products such as cans and boxes. It is a code that consists of a series of letters and/or numbers applied by manufacturers to identify the date and time of production. Date marking is used when ready-to-eat TCS food is held for longer than 24 hours. It must indicate when the food must be sold, eaten, or thrown out. FIFO is the first-in, first-out method to rotate refrigerated, frozen, and dry food during storage. Use items stored in the front first. Throw out food that has passed its manufacturer's use-by or expiration date. Open dating is a calendar date applied to a food product by the manufacturer or retailer. The calendar date provides consumers with information on the estimated period for which the product will be of best quality and to help the store determine how long to display the product for sale. Let's test your knowledge of food storing, labeling, and dating. Question number 1. Food labeling should include all the following except A. Name of product, B. Date, C. Time of day, or D. All of the above. And the answer to question number 1, food labeling should include all the following except, and the answer is D. All of the above should be included. Question number 2. Food and supplies must be stored how many inches above the floor? A. 18 inches, B. 24 inches, C. 6 inches, or D. 36 inches. And the answer to question number 2, food and supplies must be stored how many inches above the floor? And the answer is C. 6 inches above the floor. Question number 3. Sell-by date indicates what? A. Date recommended for best flavor and quality. B. Indicates how long a store can display the product for sale. C. The last date for recommended use of the product. Or D. None of the above. And the answer to question number 3, sell-by date indicates what? And the answer is B, indicates how long a store can display the product for sale. Question number 4, true or false? Canned goods should be dated upon receiving. And the answer to question number 4 is true. Canned goods must be dated upon receiving. Question number 5, true or false? When food items are taken out of the freezer, they do not need a date as to when they were placed in the refrigerator. And the answer to question number 5 is false. When food items are taken out of the freezer, they do need a date as to when they were placed in refrigeration. Thank you for your participation in today's program. Our goal is for you to use this information in your daily work. We hope you are well served today and every day. If you would like more information about our in-service training programs or consulting dietitian services, please contact us at 1-800-761-9200 or nutritioncaresystems.com.